All right, welcome everybody. This is Andrew David. This is Blake Newbar, the High Performance Call with the Partner Program, Monday through Friday, going over all sorts of different stuff, mindset, skill set, helping you guys understand a little bit more how to run your business and how to understand the marketing side of this a little bit more. Now, the question is how many of you have sat down and thought, is this going to continue? Is this going to last? Is this saturated? Is my niche saturated? Is there too much going on? Is there not enough going on? Any of those questions. If you've thought about that at all, and I bring this up because recently, in the last couple of weeks, I've had it asked over and over about Facebook marketing, about social media, about my niche, about all of these things. And sometimes it comes up kind of like Carolyn's talking about. You just go, is it the noise? So what I wanted to do is kind of give you guys a snapshot of the digital marketing world. And I want you to look at this from two different perspectives. I want you to ask yourself as we go through this, and feel free to ask. Let's talk about different avenues. But I want you to ask yourself, how does this affect me and my business? But how does this affect the business of my clients? How does this affect the niche that I'm going after? Right? Because ultimately, that's what this is all about. How do we help those others that are in business do what they need to do, and how would this affect them? Okay. Does that make sense with everybody? So I've got a number of different stats we're going to dive through. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about a little bit today and maybe a little bit tomorrow, if that's kind of how that works. We're going to talk about digital marketing. We're talking about different aspects of it. Now, 2020 as a whole, in February, March, April, May, really when this pandemic came around and hit everywhere, right? And it affected businesses for a number of different reasons. It caused businesses to shut down. We were all put into lockdown, quarantine all over the world. We were left in a state where we couldn't go out, we couldn't do things. A lot of businesses, especially the types of businesses that we're going after, did a lot of marketing through simply word of mouth, right? Referral marketing. Now, most of the businesses that you guys are going after with the partner program find themselves in the S quadrant of cash flow quadrant, right? Self-employed, small business. It's their business. It's a family business. Maybe they've got a handful of employees, or it's just them. They have one or two locations. Maybe they have an office manager, a marketing manager, or they're the ones doing their marketing. But many of them, up until last year, went through life and they were going through business. And the only way they were getting business was through customer referrals, through customer referrals, through people that they had that were on staff or going to Chamber of Commerce meetings. Well, all of that shut down. That ended. They couldn't do it anymore. So at that point, what do? Many tried to begin this transition to digital marketing. And so there was an influx of purchases online. Now, some of you guys have expressed a doubt or a concern. Well, we look at restaurants, you look at businesses that are not necessarily selling a physical product that they can just send out, that maybe they have a service, or it is a restaurant where they would expect people to come in. Things have changed overall, and I want to kind of look at all of this stuff here. So we'll dive in some. Now, number one, everybody knows what TikTok is, right? TikTok is now the preferred platform for Gen Z, but understand 2 billion people, or it's had 2 billion downloads in just the last couple of years, more than 100 million monthly users, meaning there are a lot of people on this platform. Now, if you get on and you start looking around, you'll really quickly recognize that many of them are 30 and up. Yeah, it's big for Gen Z, but there's a lot of 30, 35 and up people on that platform. Snapchat changed things. Facebook launched the Instagram Reels, because Facebook owns Instagram, right? Now, these are stats just from 2019. So this is 2 years ago. 64% of businesses advertise on social media. 49% were on advertising online in other ways. 36 using print, 22 advertising on TV. So some of you guys thinking about print advertising, well, that's the way it is, and businesses still haven't made this transition. Look, you have nearly double the amount of businesses that are on social media than they are using print, because that's the way the world has shifted. And that was all the way back in 2019. So things changed. Now, a couple of quick statistics. This came up. Everybody knows, even those of you that aren't here in the US, everybody knows what Black Friday and Cyber Monday are, right? Now, this is stuff I've shared before, but Black Friday, Cyber Monday, largest e-commerce weekend of the year, largest, as far as revenue spent online, Black Friday, Cyber Monday is the biggest one of the year. 2019, that Black Friday had been the largest Black Friday weekend ever in history, right? More money spent that time. 2020 came along. Throughout 2020, from about April on, up until Black Friday, every single day averaged out about the same amount of e-commerce volume as Black Friday 2019. Okay, that became the daily average. Think about it. How many of you guys started to make purchases, either physical items or services online that you hadn't before? Anybody? Right? You have things now available online like therapy, attorneys. Restaurants have begun to create their own online ordering service so they could avoid fees being charged by places like, DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub. How many of you guys have ordered directly from a restaurant's website as opposed to Grubhub? A handful? Okay. Right. Some of them not even for delivery, some of them just for pickup service. There's a sushi place nearby, and I had to order online to be able to go in and pick it up, but they weren't available on anywhere else. It was just on their site. So more and more businesses made their presence known online. That's just the world that we've moved into. Okay. So now here's a couple of things. Roughly 2/3 of US adults report that they are Facebook users. 2/3. Now, here's a statistic. 74% of everyone in the US that earns above $75,000 is a Facebook user. 74%. Okay. The average American has access to more than 10 connected devices in their household. More than 10. Phones, iPads, TVs. How many of you guys have a TV that is connected to the internet? Probably everybody. If you've got Netflix, you've got it, right? You may or may not be aware of this, but most of those TVs can connect to Facebook and Instagram. You can download those apps. Okay, next, global digital ad spend will reach $389 billion in 2021. While worldwide digital ad spend achieved a modest 2.4% increase, it's expected to shoot up 17% this year. 17% increase. US social media ad spend, $43 billion 2020, 20% increase over 2019. And yet only 61% of marketers believe their marketing strategy is effective. Okay. Now, is it saturated? Is there too much? 2019, there was $325 billion spent. 2024, we're looking at 526. What's that? A 60% increase over the course of the next 3+ years? 60% things are going up. Why? Guys, answer the question for me. Why is it that businesses are more willing to spend on social media marketing than they were in the past? What does that do for businesses? Why are they willing to do it? And how do you come into that equation? This is where a little bit of interaction is okay, everybody. What do you guys think?
It's where the people are.
It's where the people are. Absolutely. It's where people are. So how does that help the businesses? As you are looking at connecting with businesses, bigger reach, wider audience, that's exactly what it is. So as you're connecting with businesses, because let's be real, we're still going to face people that think, hey, but my particular business my particular business doesn't work as well on Facebook, right? Or doesn't work as well on social media. Be real. How many of you guys have thought that about the niche that you're going into? I can't tell you how many times I've heard it from you. Well, I wanted to do this niche, but I just don't think it's going to work on social media. There are a handful of industries where it doesn't. Absolutely. Most of those are larger corporations dealing with larger corporations. And if that's the case, okay. At the same time, if they could get one person that they could connect with, because if they're smart about their marketing, and marketing has become more and more intuitive, you've got things like artificial intelligence and things helping out with that. That's where the transition really begins, right? And you can figure out if you can get in front of one and get one contract from something like social media, how much of a difference that's going to make for them. Yeah, the results expand in audience online. Absolutely. So, all right. 54. So this is why it's important, right? And why more audiences or more industries are going online. 54% of social browsers research products on social media platforms. 37% visit a brand's social media page and 24% click on the sponsored product links when they're thinking about making a purchase. That's more than half of the people that are looking at making any kind of purchase look for it on social media first. More than half. That's a lot, right? It really is. Car sales online. I know some car salesmen that are crushing on Facebook and Instagram. All they have to do is sit and they book appointments to sell cars. They're not waiting for people to come in because they've figured this out. Now, if you're in that niche with the partner program and you're going out and you're helping salespeople figure out how to use social media in a way that will benefit them and help them reach their customers. So again, guys, how does this help and affect you? Here we go. 72% of shoppers, though, only engage with personalized marketing. What have we talked about with content? They shun and unsubscribe from mass blasted email campaigns. Now, that's important simply because I've talked with some of you about, oh, I purchased this email list. Unless they know who you are, you're not going to get the same kind of results that you'd like from an email blast. It just doesn't happen. Okay, they choose personable web pages over generic ones, meaning, remember what I've talked about market dominating position or a unique selling proposition, those headlines, those sub headlines, the content that you put on social media, content that's on, on the websites, what you're helping them do with their Facebook. If the headlines don't match up with their audience, if it's just, hey, call for an appointment, it doesn't connect. Businesses do better when they customize customer communication based on preferences, interests, and behavior. This, yes, absolutely applies to your audience, guys, but this has to apply to you. What have we talked about? Researching your audience. Okay, I'm going to give you this link, but I want you guys to write this down because a lot of you guys ask, where do I get content from? Now, inside the partner program, inside their, inside the dashboard, you've got a number of different things that you can use. There are viral posts inside the masterclass, all that kind of stuff. This website, answerthepublic.com. What you do is you put in a topic. I did one, but let's assume, guys, you got your business. Somebody give me a niche. I looked up real estate already, so I'll show you that one. But someone give me
fitness?
Wedding planning.
How about solar power products, Andrew?
Hold on. I got fitness first.
Thank you.
So what we're going to do is we're going to look at fitness marketing. Right?
Wedding planning.
And then I'll look up wedding planners in a second. Now, what this does. Oh, I hit the maximum number of free searches. Okay. Sorry, guys. I looked up real estate. So you can look this up, though. Answer the Public. We show you real estate marketing, assuming you've got realtors in your niche. What this does is it gives you kind of this brain map. What's real estate marketing? What does a real estate marketer do? How to do marketing for real estate? What is a real estate marketing plan? Is real estate sales a good career? How to succeed in real estate sales? You see how many topics there are here? What if we have 4 to 5, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's say 9 here. So you have somewhere around 40 to 45 different topics here. And if I click here, why is real estate marketing important? Okay, I'm going to click on that and it gives me Google searches. And I can pull up any one of these. Oh, look, digital marketing for real estate. Why is it important and how? Now, here's a whole bunch of items here. There's a whole table of contents, for crying out loud, man. This is, I mean, this gives me a week's worth of stuff here, right? Can I borrow some of this? Now, I don't want to just straight rip it off, but I can borrow this. And then you have stuff like this. You guys, everybody should be aware. This picture fits for real estate marketing, right? You see where the source was? Pexels. Everybody write that down. Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S. That's a free digital photo site. So if I come up with it and I'm looking at why is digital marketing important for real estate, can all of you guys see how you can create a Facebook post with this? Pretty straightforward, right? And then I can come to Pexels and I can go, I wonder what kind of picture I can use for this. I'm going to look up homes. There's that picture right there in the middle, right? There's another picture. Here's one, definitely gives me real estate vibes, right? Any one of these. Someone said wedding planners. Okay, so here's a venue wants, here's, looks like this is just planners. I could just do weddings, right? So all sorts of different pictures with weddings. You can use these and anyone, this is free to download, guys. Any one of these images, right? Wedding party, bride, couple, there you go. Okay, the content is there. And this allows you to personalize it according to your niche. So if I'm going after real estate, I'm going after wedding planners, I'm going after fitness, whatever. Now, again, that Answer the Public's only going to give you a couple of free offers. Let's see, what is it to upgrade? $99 a month. I don't need it that bad because I can look up my content once, you know, unless you guys are a digital agency and you're doing content for a bunch of other people, you don't need everything else, right? Pixabay and unsplash.com. Yep, there's all sorts of different stuff, right? But any of you guys that are worried, hey, I don't have enough places to get content, does that solve at least one small problem there, right? There's all your ideas. You can take that, film a 30-second video, all of a sudden you've got extra stuff. Now, here's what's important. This is why the partner program and what you guys offer, this training on funnels and using social media in all of these ways, this is why that's important. Landing page is the least popular type of sign-up form. From a marketing standpoint, they don't use it. Why? Because it's a little frustrating for them to set it up. So having something like the DFY Plus where you can do that simply for them. Look, the most popular pop-ups have a 4% conversion rate. Landing pages have a 24%. Guys, that is 6 times more effective. If you can teach this through your videos, your posts, your content on your Facebook pages, you build up your audience. If you can do this inside of groups, if I can teach other wedding planners, look, especially if I'm going around, maybe I do a little bit of research and I click on a handful of their websites and what they have is a pop-up form instead of a landing page. Or you realize, hey, there's a simple tweak that you can make that'll increase your conversion 6 times. 600%. It's not a 20%, like I'm increasing it by 6 times. Does everybody understand that? Can you see how that would help your businesses and why we tell you, hey, you should have a landing page? So again, Facebook primary content distribution channel. 18% of marketers currently use Facebook groups. What's the #1 source of organic traffic that we teach you guys? Where should you be active daily? Inside of groups, right? Because only 18% of marketers are using it. Everybody else is doing other stuff. So let the other 80% fight over all the nonsense when you can use groups. Facebook is pushing more and more their users towards groups because it allows them, they're more likely to stay on. Now, one of the ways that we've talked about doing content when you're looking at your niche, if I'm doing real estate, what's happening in the real estate market, if I'm doing, supplements, if I'm working with, fitness, if I'm working with anyone, what kind of news is happening for my industry? A third of Americans get their news from Facebook. So if I can reach some of these people with news about the industry that they're in, I become that source for them. I share some news, and then I talk about how it's going to affect their business, what to look for, how they can respond, what to prep themselves with. What is a pop-up form? A pop-up would be when you're on a website and the pop-up says, hey, join our email list, enter your name and email, right? And that's all it is a pop-up form. That's not an actual landing page. And some people think it is. That's just a pop-up. Does everybody understand that? When I say that, everybody's been on a website that says, hey, join our subscriber list now and get a 10% off or blah, blah, blah. Everybody gotten that before, right? Getting someone to an actual landing page. Now, the difference with a pop-up versus a landing page is going to have a couple of different parts. It'll have either an image that captures attention or a VSL. A VSL stands for video sales letter, right? Video sales letter. Some short form, be it 30 seconds to 3 minutes, whatever, some type of video that calls someone's attention that says, hey, I understand your problem. I've got a solution. Take a look at this. Enter your email below because you want whatever the lead magnet is, the blueprint, right? I'm sharing my blueprint. Businesses can have that. And every business, every niche that you guys are thinking about working with, every single one of them can create some type of lead magnet. It may be, joining for a $25, gift card or discount off of something. It could be for a complimentary call. It could be for an ebook, and you guys can provide these for your clients if you want. You can go on. Does everybody know what PLR is? Okay, PLR, private label rights, kind of what you've got with the partner program. Let's see. Somebody give me another niche that you think. Okay, give me a niche that you think doesn't work as far as having any type of lead magnet. An industry that you think, oh, they wouldn't have something. Give me something. Crypto's probably something I would avoid anyway, just because you're likely to get your account shut down. It's just gonna be a hassle. It really is. But crypto insurance. Okay. So here we go. We're gonna pull this up. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look up plr.me. Now I've got an account here. I use this all the time, right? So no, thanks. I don't need notices. So let's look up insurance. So I can, if I look up insurance, why's my computer running slow? Okay, here's a bundle, money management, budgeting, credit, self-improvement bundle, 30 days to greater. Here we go. Money Matters, disability insurance, articles, top 11 qualities of an outstanding insurance agent. So that'd be something good to give your agent. But what you can do, let's look at the bundle here. This is something.
Life insurance?
What's that?
Do we have to be specific, like life insurance?
All I did was write in insurance.
Okay, so
that's all I did. So inside this bundle, and you would pay, I don't know, say $15 or so, I would get 25 articles and blog posts, coaching workshops and slide decks, action guides, coaching handouts, and lead magnets, and a worksheet. Now from this, top 9 buying insurance mistakes. Can I take this and make some basic modifications? Can you guys take this? Who was that? Sue. Take this top 9 insurance buying mistakes, turn it into a real basic ebook that you white label and give to your insurance agents that are your customers. right? As a free giveaway. You pay for it once, you get that entire bundle, give you a ton of content that you can use. And now you've got some giveaways that you can give to them, right? They go, because they'll say, well, I don't really have something. Well, I've got a couple that I can, that you can use. We just need to change a logo or two and you'll be good to go. You see how that works? Right? Now, PLR.me is one that I use. There's 1,000 different websites out there with PLR type things in there. Life coaching, David, I know it's there because I purchased some white label stuff for life coaches. So it's there, guys. So if you think that there's not already something out there, do a little bit of research. Remember, Blake talked about the 3 skills and he said listening and marketing and networking. And I talk about research and networking and time management. Research and finding information on your niche, guys. There's all the content you want is available. If you want to provide free content to your people as a way to get them in, hey, join my group, like my page, give me your email, and I'll give you an ebook that you can use for your business. There you go. It's not PLR.com, it's PLR.me, M-E, PLR.me.
How about recipe?
Yeah, there's, I mean, you
Because
can find
I know of a guy that is just giving out free recipes, and he said he's making 10,000 a month.
Okay, then good.
I mean, I don't know him personally, but someone
your
told me
niche
about
has-
him.
If your niche has something to do with restaurants, or I mean, something like that. The point is that there is a lot of different places that you can find content for your niche, right? And that's what I'm trying to kind of hammer home for you guys. Okay. Now, a couple of quick things on Instagram. It's the social channel with the second highest ROI among marketers, meaning if you want to do something there, it'll work. Meaning if your customers want to do something there, you can train them, give them little trainings on there. In 2023, Instagram is projected to reach 120 million active users in the US. That's a huge jump, guys, 120 million users, okay? Women accounted for 56% of Instagram users in the US as of February. Let's assume it's still pretty close to that. Meaning if you've got a business niche where there is typically a higher level of women involved, do some stuff on Instagram. Okay. US is the country with the most Instagram users, followed by India and Brazil. Videos perform better and encourage 49% more interaction than images. Yet 68% of all Instagram posts are still images. If you're going to post, some of you guys only want to do Monday through Friday. Weekend posts are going to get you 27% more interactions. 70% of consumers look up products on Instagram and Facebook. Guys, I just want you to understand how big this is. It's huge. It's growing. Okay. It's not slowing down. Saturation, if you're trying to become a blog, it's going to take work. But if you can find a way to look, there are a lot of marketers online, right? We all agree on that. There's a lot of them and they're spending more and more. So what do you need to do? How do you stand out? Well, it's your creative and your content and it's your research. And then what you offer. How do you stand out from them? If I can take some content and throw it in front of someone that they go, damn, that solves a problem for me. Right? Your insurance agents, they're trying to think of what can I put online? Because, I've joked about this before. How many of you guys have seen a business actually use a happy hump day post on their page? Or, someone sipping tea, or it's a silly GIF of a good morning thing. Or you see an ad or a post and you go, what the heck does this have to do with that business? Nothing. What does it have to do with me? Nothing. So what you need to do is be that person that's different. That if I'm, Mike posted the other day, he posted a video in the Facebook group, and he's looking for businesses that deal with motorcycle enthusiasts, people that ride, drive, and repair motorcycles. Those are the businesses that he's looking for. So what was he doing? He's sitting in a neon vest on his bike with his helmet right next to him. Do you think people that ride are going to kind of take a look at that? Absolutely. Whereas if he was just sitting in his office, maybe not as much. Right? The difference with, yeah, so Forrest, you're talking about Geico, and they talk about the insurance, you know, we say 15%. It's catchy, it's different. You guys, you're not trying to brand the way that Geico, McDonald's, you know, Budweiser and the horse, like, you're not looking to brand in that way because that's not you, right? We're going after businesses, and you don't have a multi-million-dollar budget to throw at stuff like that. So your campaigning, your marketing, your message has to be on point and in people's face, where they look at it and they go, that's me. They're talking to me. Now, how do you do that? You get things like the PLR, white label rights, you find stuff like that. You do your research, you join, you get on Answer the Public, and you look up, because what Answer the Public does is it pulls what the highest searched terms to whatever that niche is that you're having it look up, right? Does that make sense? So if I look up, you know, motorcycle, life insurance, real estate, fitness, wedding planners, whatever, when I look that up, it pulls the most relevant search terms that have been used over the course of the year. So this is what people are looking for. Use it. If you're trying to think, man, what I'm trying to reach my audience, I wonder what the heck's going on. You know, how can I do that? What, you know, what's in their head? There you go. Answer the Public. Getting in groups. Okay. I'm not sure as far as TikTok ads are concerned. I've never run a TikTok ad. I know we have some members that are doing well on TikTok. I know it's great for organic reach, but you've got to be real active on there. And a lot of these, because we're talking about video marketing, I know some of you don't want to ever be in front of the camera. And if you don't, that's fine. There are other ways to do it. I haven't looked it up, but I did see, as I was researching this stuff, there are now some websites that you can create artificial intelligence videos. Where it is a digital robot, as it were. You give it the script, and within just a few minutes, it will give you a video of that digitally rendered individual, man, woman. You kind of pick what you want them to look like, and they will be on and speak, and there's inflection in their voice, and there's flow. So, hey, create your own little avatar there if you don't ever want to be on camera. But you know, there's a lot of places you can look. Clubhouse is growing. It's not growing as fast as other things, but and I think one of the biggest pushes with Clubhouse was the recent election, and the way Twitter and Facebook was censoring people on both sides of the aisle. Right. I'm not getting into politics, but, you know, there was more of one side that was being censored than others. So there was a push there. And anytime there's any kind of new platform, entrepreneurs are going to look at a way to get over there. Now, the one thing that's cool about Clubhouse is that you can create kind of these groups, and it's almost like Zoom calls and trainings that you can do. So yeah, it's growing, but I'm not familiar enough with it. I've had Brock, one of my buddies on, and I know he's pretty active on both TikTok and on Clubhouse. So, you know, maybe next time I get him on, I can have him talk about it. Yeah, that's how Parler was shut down because of Amazon and Amazon Web Servers and everything else. Keyword rankings for niche. You can look on Google Trends. You can get on websites like Ubersuggest, and the Ubersuggest has both free and paid versions. You can get more info. The point of all this, guys, is I'm trying to show you that Facebook is still the biggest platform around. And it's, you know, really not even close. Instagram is second, and it's owned by Facebook. TikTok is screaming up, but it's still mostly kind of Gen Z, so 30 and under. There is a large contingent above that, but it's still a little bit younger crowd. So if you've got, maybe if digital marketing is one of your niches, then that'd be a good platform for you. Instagram is great across the board, guys. It really is. Don't think that it's just younger crowds, especially when you look at some of the statistics for Instagram. They're from like 2017, 2018, 2019, the ones that are consistently quoting younger generation. There's plenty of entrepreneurs and business owners on Instagram. LinkedIn is growing. Ad spend on LinkedIn is growing. Users on LinkedIn is growing. US is still the largest market, but you've got other markets that are right there. India, I think, is closely behind the US when it comes to LinkedIn, but you can hone in your targeting the same way. The point of all of this, guys, it's big, and it's bigger than you think. And there's more businesses than you think, and your businesses are there, and all you got to do is get in front of them. And you got to connect with them. And the way that you connect is going to be doing your research. Because if you do that and you're patient and putting out the right kind of content, then you'll draw the attention to you the way that you want to. Okay. So just be patient with it. Make it happen, guys. All right. Any other questions on some of the statistics or any of that stuff? Anybody?
One question I did have, Steve
Sure.
Sims. So you're saying it's probably going to be next week sometime?
So I got an email as we were sitting here talking, guys. So he's going to be, something happened, had to get pushed back. So we're actually doing July 23rd.
Okay, thank you.
So, those of you that haven't got the book yet will get it. And I'll go back through and look at names today, figure out what, happened, but July 23rd, same time. Just, I'm not sure, he had something come up. So with that, everybody have an amazing day. If you're anywhere in Florida, be safe. It looks like we're getting a late band coming across. It's kind of crazy outside right now. But everybody go be fantastic, be awesome. Love you. We'll talk to you soon.